Hello, 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 hello. You know what time it is? It's time for Shah and it's time for Shisha. Wow, Almando, the way you undermined your partners this episode was just too much. Too much, too much, too much. Hi, my name is Miss Iffy. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button. You know what it is. If you like it and you enjoy it, please spread the word out there. So let's get on with 90 Day Fiance episode 2, season 5, The Other Way. Oh, wow. This episode, the true colours of some of these couples really showed. I thought Brandon and Mary was going to be the highlight of the season, but no. We've got Holly and Wayne. Let's start with them. So Holly's 44, Wayne is 40, he's from South Africa, and she is from the US. Holly. Holly's a G. I like Holly. And the way Holly handled herself on this episode at the airport. Wow, Holly, I rate you. You were not even paying attention of the nonsense this guy was coming up from the way you dressed up. Listen, Holly, I like you. Holly's like said 44. She's a Barbara. She's been married twice. One of her marriage lasted 2 months. The other one lasted 48 hours. No, I'm wrong. 24 hours. 24 hours. Yeah, Holly's the G. So obviously these two both believe in Jehovah's Witness. Yeah, they met her on a website from there. They met each other before. She went to South Africa. They've been together 2 years. While she was in South Africa for the first time, he got robbed. So he's from Johannesburg. And Johannesburg, just like Rio, it is crime-oriented city. Let's just put it out that way. Yeah. If you don't live in a security gated, safe neighborhood, this is just normal to them. He's been robbed 3 times already. Yeah. But so she's moving to the South Africa. She's been to South Africa, which I'm TLC. I am really, really proud of you this season because most of the couples, except Brandon and Mary, everybody else have met each other already. Everybody else has a passport already. Everybody else have spent some time in the other way country. Yes, TLC. This is the kind of reality that I want. A bit of realistic of things. But obviously, I like the craziness that you give us as well. But anyway, yeah, so Holly's mum's going to come with her because Holly's getting married in 10 days. So her mum's there for 6 weeks. So they're ready. There's about to board on flight. Holly got sick. Blah, blah, blah. And Wayne is outside waiting for them. But he's not aware what's been happening. And as soon as he meets her, my man is going on and on about the way she's dressed because she wanted, obviously, she was like, don't kiss me because she's been sick. Had a plane sick or whatever, so she didn't want to kiss him. And it's been 7 months since they saw each other. Understandable. He got annoyed about that for a bit. Well, yeah, that kind of leads into what else he does afterward. She's changing her shoes, so she's bending down. She's wearing a lovely dress, by the way. And as she's bending down, obviously you can see a bit of her chest. You cannot see her nipples. She's not dropping out anything, but he's so conscious of Wayne cares more about his surroundings and how people are looking at him than he cares about what is happening at the moment. Let's just say it as it is. Wayne has displayed that character of that he cares what is other people thinking about him in his head as well. And he was like, as she was bending down, she was like, nothing was shown. Trust me, I've seen women a lot more worse than that. And as she was trying to put her shoes, obviously the skirt, when you're wearing a miniskirt, you know, but obviously you're not flashing it in that way. Anyway, he's all go crazy about that. That's their first spot. And then the next thing is that as they were, obviously he was upset about the kiss, and then he was going on about, oh, everybody's looking at you. Can you mind this? You know, don't bend down like that, whatever. But Holly handled herself like a G. Because I think maybe because her mum was there, or maybe because she's been sick the last hour or so, whatever it is, like it. And then the next thing, when they were interviewing you, Holly was like, yeah, we're looking forward to moving into gated area, security area. And he was like, no, we're not. I spend so much in my house. I've got new securities, etc. And yeah, and again, I really like Holly, how she handled herself. I cannot see if TLC is showing us, if this is who Wayne is, I cannot see Holly putting up with this. No, I can see this divorce. The divorce is on the card. Because so far or maybe she's excited that she hasn't been seen there, or maybe because her mum's there. Also, when our parents are there, we behave different way, because Holly's main concern is make sure her mum likes Wayne, and Wayne's main concern right now is how Holly looks like. And also in his idea, he does not want his mother-in-law being there 6 weeks. Anyway, let's see how this boat goes on. Is it going to sail or is it going to drown? We will find out. Now, let's quickly get to Julian, Jose, whatever his name is. The Spanish fella from the US, and Christina. I think this couple are one of the most realistic couple TLC has shown us. They're similar age. He's got an obsession of living in Europe. She's from Netherlands. He's already spent the time in Netherlands with her. They lived in Netherlands together, and he's now applying citizenship, which means that I'm not sure when this was filmed, but as of from January this year, he should be living in Netherlands. Yeah. And yeah, so they met during COVID, etc. He was there, he was in love with that. He broke the news last week to his mum, and the way he broke the news to his mum was not realistic. I think he should have told her before, but his mum should know, because she's never met he never brought any girl home, and surely the fact that he moved to Europe. But anyway, this is all storyline. I don't buy that storyline last week about how he broke his mum and he broke her heart and etc. I'm not buying that nonsense. Your son has been in Europe, living with this girl for a couple of months, especially during lockdown. Come on, get out of here. Anyway, she's visiting in the US as they left us. So she is got caught up at the custody, was it? Security. That's what we call it. Customers. HSE customers or whatever. Anyway, security area. She gets caught up from there, as they call it in the US as well. And JFK, honestly, I've been to JFK, and I've probably been to over 55 to 60 airports in the world. And the worst of all of them was JFK. Absolutely, you get treated like you're a criminal, especially if it's your first time in the US. You get questioned. They look at your passport, especially if you're a traveler. They were asking me stupid questions like, why was I in Vietnam? Isn't that a war zone? Like the most stupidest Americans ever, the dumbass that they hire at TA to do that. Like honestly. And then the next question was like, Why would you in Bosnia? Isn't that a war zone? Bosnia has not been in a war zone since when? Anyway, so this girl was already annoyed because she's been asked, and also as a European city, as a Europeans passport holders, most of us do not require a visa for at least we can be there. I think it's like 90 days, 3 months. We can visit there. We only require visa for if we're planning to live there, i.e., work there. Other than that, yeah, I'm sure it's 3 months. Like basically, you apply a visa, well, not a visa. Obviously, the US has changed since 9/11. So, in an order, anybody who wants to travel there from Europe has to fill in a form. Once the form has been approved, etc., then you can travel US anytime you want. I think is 2 years, but you can only stay there within 90 days at one time. Is it 90 days? I'm sure it is. Anyway, something like that. We don't need basically for anybody to sponsor us or etc. You get the point? Yep. So 90 days into that does not exist unless there's other complications. So she's there. She gets holed up. JFK, no surprise. Girl, welcome to my world. Except when I was there. First thing that happened to me when I was at Heathrow Airport, I got called up because the US security there, and they start asking me questions. So I was really surprised just as I was about to board, and then only to be asked the damn same ass questions, even worse, by idiots when I was there. Yeah. Anyway, and she arrives. He takes her Times Square. All the buildings are big and nonsense. It's like Piccadilly Circus, but 3 times bigger, starting from Regent's Park, like Oxford Street side of it, and it's just full of nonsense. And he asked her, and obviously she's not impressed. Christine, I'm so proud of you. Like, nothing is impressive about Times Square. But I hope he takes you the real of New York and show you what real New York is about, since he's a resident of a New Yorker. Yeah. Anyway, enough about that. I'm looking forward to next week when she has to visit his parents, his mom. Yeah. I had a great time in New York. Honestly. Only because I had a 2 friend who was living there. And that's why. Times Square is not that impressive, but it's okay for touristy. I only lasted there. Half an hour. Catch the coffee and that was it. But anyway, let's go to TJ and Kimberly. TJ and Kimberly honestly really needs more explanation for it. TJ is from India. Again, TLC, well done for showing me this year. Many of these couples have met, have been in each other's countries before, and that they're willing and live there. Kimberly's from the US. TJ, I think he's 33 or whatever. He's from India. And they met through a spiritual website. They've been together over 2 years again. I love that these couples have been together. All of them. It's like 2 years or more. And they already visited each other. She lived in India for a year as a student visa. Yeah, I'm here for this couple and their drama. Cannot even wait. Their drama is going to be about the fact that he promised. One thing TJ has displayed on this episode, he is the middleman, which i.e. he's going to twist the words to please both parties. And one thing in life we all know is that we can never please both parties. You'll have to stand up to one of the parties. Okay? So it's either your fiance or your family. I'm not saying it in that way, but at some point you got to the boundaries. The boundaries. He absolutely has no idea, this guy, how to set the boundaries. They lived in the US. She lived in India for a year with a student visa. Lived with his family. Okay. She's agreed to live there after they get married, but only if they convert the top of the building as an apartment for them, which is exactly what he's working for, which is exactly, she showed him the design, everything, but turns out he's not doing what she asked him to do, because he's allowing, instead of doing the work himself, his family. Also, the wedding in their tradition is red and all these colors, and also in Indian tradition is the bride's family who organizes it. But because she's American, he decided to say yes, and his family is doing all these things, but he's not communicating that information with her. I am here for this nonsense. Absolutely, TJ and Kimberly are going to crush. But what is going to happen is that as soon as she gets there again, the fact that they've been like visited there for the whole year and they were together for 2 years or plus or whatever, I cannot wait, because as soon as she get there, she is not going to put up with his nonsense of pleasing. So he has to crash. Yeah, he has to put his foot down. So disappointed to see him. Like, I really like this couple. India is climbing on 90 Day Fiance. I am here for it. India is like, hey, hey. Before it was all Nigeria. Now it's like, India, hey, I'm here. Forget about the Nigerians. I'm here for this couple. I am here for this couple. This is a car crash and I'm here for it. This boat is going to sink. But it depends on who's going to win. Because he's already telling her that she cannot. I think she said she's Italian or Greek. Italian or Greek. And her food is all about garlic and onions, and he already told her garlic and onions, babes, you cannot make that at home because it is a bad luck, so you're wishing for death if you make that. Anyway, I have to do a separate video because I really need to find out what this guy is talking about and research more about what part of India that his culture is about. But anyway, that's enough. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button. See you next time. I'm going to do a separate video for the Fatal Attraction, Brandon and Mary, because this girl's already breaking up with this guy before, while he's on the plane. Later, bye. Thank you.